Naughty Dog is back, and this time they're aiming for the stars with Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet, their new franchise in development for PS5. But the trailer has already divided the audience. Is this a masterpiece in the making, or a title that leaves us puzzled? Let's find out together. Intergalactic introduces us to Jordan A. Moon, a bounty hunter stranded on Semperia, a distant planet that has been cut off from the outside universe for over 600 years. Anyone who tried to uncover its secrets has never returned. Jordan will need to use all her skills and wits if she hopes to become the first person in over 6 centuries to leave its orbit. Not a bad premise, right? There's that mix of mystery and adventure I absolutely love, with a vibe that reminds me of Apocalypse Now, for those vintage enough to catch the reference. I imagine a prophet who has somehow bewitched or subdued anyone landing on this planet, perhaps with a dark, sinister cult. But of course, these are just my speculations. Let's start with the obvious, the graphics. The backward-moving camera showing space is cool, but let's be honest, the style feels a bit cartoony and not quite as realistic as I'd expect from Naughty Dog. Thankfully, once inside the spaceship, things improve. I love the retro-futuristic style with CRT monitors and messy interior. That natural chaos tells you something about the character without needing words. These little details are what often make Naughty Dog games masterpieces. Speaking of details, on the wall covered with papers, there's a reference to the 5 aces. Some articles even wonder where they've disappeared to. In one photo, we see 5 people together, possibly the aces. One of them is Jordan, the protagonist. It seems the leader of the group has vanished. Could this be who we're hunting? And did you notice the cast? I'm pretty sure I spotted Kumail Nanjiani from Silicon Valley and even Tony Dalton from Better Call Saul. If confirmed, this cast could bring incredible depth to the narrative. And then there's the controversy about the game being woke because Jordan is a shaved-headed athletic woman. Honestly, I don't get it. She's a bounty hunter, probably with a military background, so the shaved head fits perfectly. If anything, the character with the eye patch is more annoying. It feels like a cliché we've seen too many times. Fargo, Metal Gear Solid. Let's hope Naughty Dog has a solid explanation and that it's not just a lazy way to give depth to a character. But since it's Naughty Dog, I'm convinced there's a reason for it. One little note. How do fast food leftovers end up in an intergalactic spaceship? Has McDonald's started space delivery? Let's just hope the Big Mac stays warm. From the cockpit conversation, we understand that Jordan is desperate and has her back against the wall. She probably needs the bounty money, but she also seems driven by personal motivations. It's unclear what kind of relationship she has with the woman wearing the eye patch, but the latter seems to care deeply about Jordan. Her concern suggests a long-standing connection between the two. However, this is where I can't help but notice how the characters are a bit too stylized. It feels like the game is trying hard to be edgy, with these overtly quirky figures that verge on caricatures. Knowing Naughty Dog, I'm sure the story will be fantastic, and these choices will likely make sense. But for now, based on this trailer, which, let's be honest, doesn't show much of the actual game, this is the impression I got. Another thing that made me raise an eyebrow is the product placement. Adidas, Porsche, Sony. Okay, we've accepted it in movies, but in video games? Is this the new direction gaming is heading toward? To conclude, this wasn't the game I expected as a new IP from Naughty Dog, especially at a time when space-themed games like Starfield and Outlaws are everywhere. The trailer feels a bit rough, the graphics aren't perfect, and there are some cliches that leave me skeptical. But the idea of exploring a dark and mysterious planet is intriguing. Maybe I won't buy it at launch, but out of respect for Naughty Dog and the incredible experiences they've given us in the past with masterpieces like Uncharted and The Last of Us, The Heretic Prophet is definitely a title that will make it onto my backlog. Yep, my list is already pretty long. Semperia's setting is truly captivating. The massive robot and glowing sword gave me strong cyberpunk vibes, and I have to admit, the trailer ends with a bang. One small doubt though. How does Jordan breathe on an unknown planet without any futuristic gadgets or a spacesuit? Only time and the game will tell. What about you? Are you intrigued by this new sci-fi universe, or does it leave you indifferent? Let me know in the comments, leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and maybe subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future content. I'll see you on the next adventure, and as always, have fun.